was discovering myself, knowing who I am. I had to leave everything to become myself. I had no help, no support from my family or from anyone to start this process. So I had to do it all from scratch. That's why I'm so proud to be who I am, because, it wasn't easy. It wasn't given to me.
This is the Transparency Podcast Show.
Okay. Welcome back to the Transparency Podcast Show. Today, I have a very, very amazing guest from overseas. Not overseas, from other country, kind of, right? So, I knew her from years ago, pre-pandemic, actually, right? We met and we connect, and her photos and artistic work is just so amazing, and also blend into the activism of trans people, trans voice, right? So today I'm gonna introduce you, DaVida. Her name usually used to use Jill Love, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. And
thank you so much, Shelby, for having me. I'm so blessed to have a platform to share my voice, my message with all of you and all your friends and followers all over the world.
Yeah.
And I'm actually down you. We're neighbors. I mean, Mexico is like a US state almost,
Yeah, California back then is
That's
Mexico.
right.
So,
before Mexico used to be Spain, and I'm from Spain.
Right.
So now I'm claiming back my land.
Oh yeah, you originally from Spain. So you want to kind of let our audience and listener to know who you are and share your background a little bit?
Yeah, I'm just removing my shoes to
Don't
be
worry.
grounded and connected.
This is very conversational episode.
Nothing
formal. Look at my background.
So comfortable.
You see, I'm in my bedroom, so we're just chit-chatting, girl chat.
Yeah.
So, all right. Okay.
Well, let's gossip then.
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay, so let me tell the audience my story.
Yeah.
I was born in Barcelona, Spain, a few decades ago. I'm not going to tell you exactly when. I don't want anybody to know my age.
Younger than me, for sure.
I'm ageless. We are ageless. Age is just a number.
Correct.
I mean, it's all in the heart, the energy, how you live your life, So I was born in Barcelona, Spain. Well, actually, in a little town south of Barcelona. And it was very repressive, conservative town, very Catholic.
Wow.
And, I was feeling claustrophobia. I was feeling asphyxiated in that town. People wearing black and gray and browns. I saw no color, no excitement, no magic. So one day I decided to leave it all and become me. When I was 16, that was the legal age to drop school, drop your family. I started my journey as DaVida, as a priestess, and all the way now. Long story short, thank you. Long story short, I came to the United States in 2005. I fell in love and I left everything behind. I was having a great life. I was in TV. I was in movies. I was modeling in Madrid. When I left my town, I went to Madrid to rediscover myself. Okay. But one day I left everything for love. Because for me, following your heart, it's number one in my life. I don't care about money. I don't care about fame. I only care about following my heart's desires.
Yes. So can we rewind back a little bit? So when you say when you're 16, it's the age in Spain to drop everything. So does that mean your family members that they don't know about your change, your transitioning? Back
then, I was discovering myself, knowing who I am. I had to leave everything to become myself. I had no help, no support from my family or from anyone to start this process to become
Right.
leader. So I
Wow.
had to do it all from scratch. That's why I'm so proud to be who I am, because it
Yes.
wasn't easy. It wasn't given to me.
Of course. Yeah. So I do agree with you, because a lot of people these days are giving, or or taking, they're looking for someone or some organization to take care of them, and they don't see us as a courage act. By doing this, for being ourselves, is very, it takes courage. It's not just wake up the next
Takes a
morning,
lot of
I want to
courage.
be Shelby, I want to be DaVida. This doesn't work that way. So
No, I
courage.
mean, nowadays you have the government helping you to transition and giving you the hormones and everything.
Right.
Back in the day, we had no help at all. So I
Mhm.
had to do things I didn't want to do to be able to afford my transition.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm proud of.
Yeah,
You know,
you're very beautiful. And when I first met you,
thank
I
you.
didn't know. And I think I shared this with you. When I first saw your picture and your in person, it reminds me of Liv Tyler. Remember
Liv
that?
Tyler.
Yes. I was like, wow.
It depends on the day. Sometimes
Oh,
I'm Nicole
that's
Kidman or Lana Del Rey or Kate
okay.
Beckinsale. But before I
Yeah.
was brunette, so I was Liv Tyler. Then I went
Yeah.
blonde. In LA,
Yeah.
I was
So,
blonde, so I was Nicole Kidman or Lana Del Rey.
oh
And
yeah,
now,
yeah. Nicole came in too. Yeah. So,
yeah,
so very inspired, because when I met you, I considered I just kind of started, in the midway. So I see the possibility. I see the beauty that any of us can become, right? So, so you want to tell us, how did you, like, I know you travel a lot. Like, how did you manage to get into different places? Like, do you use, like, you want to be a different place to spray the voice, spray your artistic side, what, like, your purpose of traveling around?
yeah. Well, I'm a nomad. I'm a nomad. I cannot be in one place for too long. Oh, I
Mm.
cannot be with one relationship for too long. I need change. I need to
Right.
move. I need to
Yes,
explore and discover and
exactly.
learn. So, and I'm still searching for my place in the world.
Hmm.
Um, this calendar is a fucking loud. I'm a mon-
It's okay.
I know. So yeah, I'm still searching for my place on this
Hmm.
planet.
Right.
And I don't think it's Mexico, and I don't think it's US. So I don't know. I'm like still debating
I think
where
maybe,
to settle.
maybe your place or our place is not a planet, it's universe out there. That's
I
what I
know,
think
I
is
know.
right.
I
So,
feel homesick. Ever since I was
right.
born, I always felt I was an alien. I never
Oh,
felt I was
right.
part of this planet or this humanity.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm feeling more human than ever, because our humanity is being jeopardized, and it's being
Right.
challenged by the new technologies and the AI and
Yes.
and all that stuff. So now
AI,
I feel more
the
human than ever.
crypto. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, so let's talk about your arts a little bit. Your movie, you make movies too. So let's start
yeah.
with the arts, your photography, and I do follow you, and you not just pose beautiful, but you really, I'll say, costume, right? Even though some of the photo you do is nudity, but you paint yourself and make it into a costume. I think that's very, very artistic. Can you kind of share with us, and how do you get that inspiration, or how do you get that idea?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I use my body as a canvas. I use my body as a banner,
Hmm.
right? To
Right,
share my message, to spread my message of love, compassion,
right,
freedom, peace. I'm all about that.
right.
So I use my creativity, my imagination, and my body to make an impact, to
Hmm.
raise awareness for the social issues and injustices that I feel very compelled to
Hmm.
share. And there is so much going on, right? There's so much chaos, much conflict.
Noises.
So I have to pick what I'm more passionate about. And I have a great body. I love my body. I love my body. Growing up, I was ashamed because I was too tall, or I was too thin, or I was too this, too that, blah, blah, blah. But now I just feel it's a perfect body. It's such a gift.
As long as you love yourself, you like your body, then who cares about what other people think? Right?
I want everybody to love their bodies just the way they are, because we're gifts. I mean, the blessing that we are here right now talking, I lost so many beloved friends and family over the years. So every day for me, it's a gift.
Yes.
So I don't have anything to complain about my life or my body or anything like that. I'm blessed.
Yes, I do feel your energy. I feel, like I mentioned, I follow your posts, a lot of motivation or inspiration message that you give out. I can reflect, like you said, we should love who we are, and our mind, our heart is what's important, not other people's opinion or other people's point of view of anything, right? And once we are aligned inside out, then our vision, our eye, that's the reality. Not not other people's thing, because everyone has different point of view, so they can see one thing one way than the other people.
Absolutely.
So that's why
we all have our own experience of life. We all have our own filters and lens, how we perceive life. But it's their problem, it's their trip, it's their own experience. It has nothing to do with mine.
Exactly.
Like I want to recommend to you and all the audience, if you haven't read the book, The Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements.
The Fourth Agreement. Okay, I'll put it. It's on Amazon, right?
Yeah, the Four Agreements saved my life, because the Four Agreements, the first is don't take anything personally.
Yes.
Ever. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the other people, how they perceive you.
Right.
Don't make any assumptions, because sometimes we make assumptions, right? Especially we trans women and trans men, we always afraid and insecure they're gonna find out and what they're gonna think, or I sound too deep, or I look too ugly, or I look too feminine, or I look too this and that. It's you're making assumptions. Then always do your best. Whatever you do, always you do your best.
Right.
And then be impeccable with your word. You know what? Any word that comes out of your mouth has to be very well thought, because words have power.
Yes, words is everything is energy. So whatever you put out is the energy. So when we're talking right now, we're kind of bouncing back and forth the energy.
That's right. What was the first thing the first thing was the word of God, right? When God spoke, created the universe. So it has lots of power.
Yes. And I also recently just believe that every single person is a creator, right? So your life, your reality, you have to create your own. If you're negative, then your life suck, right? So
that's right. If you play the victim, you attract more victimhood, and you're going
So that's why some people always negative, some people always in the down in the drain, because that's what they create to themselves, right?
That's right.
And this has to do a lot with our trans people as well. We want this life, we create our own identity first, and then we put the path, the journey in front of us to walk towards it, right? So that's why I think I realize this as well at the same time. And when we are talking about book, you do have is it a photo coffee table book? I've seen it.
Yeah, I have two. I self-published 2 coffee table books about my art, which I call it artivism. It's art and activism combined. So that, I always been very creative and lots of imagination. So I thought,
Yes, I love
and
it.
I always wanted to save the world. Ever since I was a little girl,
Yes,
I was watching the movies,
right.
Batman, superhero
Same.
movies. I wanted to save the world.
Yes.
So one day I just created this persona, Jill Love.
Mm-hmm.
That was my warrior name.
Yes.
And she became vital. She went viral overnight and she became like a big thing. In 10 years, I've
Right.
done what I've done with my love revolution.
Right.
Yeah, and I loved it. I got to travel the world and meet lots of people and cultures, and it was really fun. And I made really uh, I accomplished so much.
Yes, I
Like
can
being
see it.
photo of the day of Washington Post, photo of the year of Wall Street Journal. I got the certification of appreciation by Eric Garcetti, the mayor
Wow.
of Los Angeles in
Mm,
2015
awesome.
for my human rights campaigns around the world. And yeah, that's something I wanna inspire others to do. It's
Right.
not just about me. I'm not doing this to be famous.
Of course not.
Even though I love the fame and stuff, but
Right.
I want the message to be famous. I want the message to
Yes, that
be shared and spread.
right. That's
I
why
am
we're
just
doing, yeah,
I am just the tool, you know,
messenger,
the messenger, the
right?
channeler,
Right. So
the
same,
priestess.
yeah, same as we doing this podcast, or just I know there's a lot of haters out there, but there's just as long as there's one person that we're doing this show that we can
Yeah.
help them, just one person,
Let's
everything
send
makes
let's
sense
send
already,
the
right?
haters lots of
Yeah,
love because what they see in others, they see it in themselves. We're
exactly. Yeah,
projecting all the time.
yeah.
So
That's agree.
let's send them love and let's just focus on the ones who really care and respect and
Mhm.
appreciate us.
Yeah.
Uh,
So can people find those coffee table photo books?
yeah, you can go to my website,
Mm-hmm. What
www.davidasalaberg.com.
Okay, we will also include in the
That maybe we
show
can
note.
share.
Yeah, I mean also the book that you mentioned from that Amazon store. Okay,
Yeah.
so talk about photos, books. How about film? Let's talk about
Film.
your
So
film.
I always wanted to be a filmmaker and
Mm-hmm.
an actress when I was a little girl. And
Right.
one day I was in San Francisco and I made
Uh-huh.
my first short film. It was 30 minutes.
Okay.
And honestly, I had no idea how to make movies or anything like
Right.
that. I just knew I wanted to make them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, once you're very clear of what you want, the universe conspires to
Exactly.
make it happen.
Yes.
And then my first short was Waves, a Tale of Love and Obsession.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very in love and obsessed about the man. And then I was just having a hard time. So for me, making that movie really helped me to process
Mm-hmm.
and accept my emotions.
Right.
So I use films as a therapy in a way.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's what a lot of artists, some musicians using music, singing to as a therapy, as a channel to heal too, as well, right? And for me myself, this might sound a little selfish, but at the same time, because my mom recently passed, and I get lonely, and I'm blessed that I have this show to connect with people so I won't feel that lonely. So it's very, very, like you say, what you work on, and then the kind of like the universe will bring to you unexpectedly, right? So
That's
yeah,
right.
right.
Well,
So
Shelby, you're not alone. We're all
I
we're all
know,
one. We're all connected.
I
Even
know.
though
Just
I'm in Mexico, we're connected.
yeah,
We're
it just emotional taking over. That's why. Otherwise, you're right. We're all connected in a way, and especially technology these days. So so you talk about more stuff about film. So that short is not released anywhere right now, right?
Well, it was on Film Binder. It was like a platform where you can upload your movies and people can
Okay.
pay every month to watch them
Okay.
or buy them.
Yeah.
But, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can see the trailers and stuff,
Okay.
One
Yeah.
day I will have them available on my website, but,
Yeah.
it's,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
see.
Well, if you, I was just want to offer you this because I do have a video hosting channel because we have I have a media company, so I can host that video, and then you
Okay,
can put it on your website and you can, like you say, sell it like pay-per-view or whatnot. Yeah. So we
beautiful.
can talk about that. So and
So
then I
that was
have
my first
right.
film
Mm-hmm.
experience.
Yeah.
Then,
Then
um,
I heard
then
you're
I,
gonna start a new project. You want to talk
yeah, then
about
I
that?
started a movie. It's called Saving Isis, and
Mm-hmm.
that was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, about a girl trying to save her mom that
Mm-hmm.
she wants to kill herself.
Right.
And I was doing crowdfunding and I raised $50,000 to make that movie. And I had
Mm,
lots of followers and friends helping me.
right.
The 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 quality value is really high in that movie because everything I do has to be perfect.
Yeah.
But the story doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I love the dream movies like David
Mm-hmm.
Lynch, Luis Buñuel.
Right.
And I like to make movies that they don't make sense,
Yeah.
but it's just a very visually striking, and it's
Right.
it's an experience.
Artistic. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to make sense. It's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's
I like that because like just like what we talk about, you want to. Everyone has different perspectives, so you make something. It might make sense to other people, but not the other ones, right? So it's all. And then when
yeah.
you make
Mhm.
something that's kind of like open concept, put it that way, then everyone can interpret it in a different directions, and
Absolutely.
that's a form, that's a type of art form, right? Just like
Yeah.
artistic, you see those painting, you don't know what that exactly is. So same, right?
Yeah.
I think it's called abstract painting.
Yeah. I love that because it
Yeah.
just runs your imagination, and I like
Mm-hmm.
people to think. But unfortunately, Western cultures, they don't like to think that much. And I'm European. We love
Right.
like independent author cult movies that really puzzles you and you have to
Mm-hmm.
grab your head around. I love that.
Right.
But most people they just want to be entertained. They don't want to think,
They
which
want
is
to be
okay, but that's not
told
my
what to
audience.
do. Yeah, yeah, I get it. I myself, I've been there as well because, growing up, that's what teacher tells you. That's what the boss tells you. That's what the parents tells you, right? And then I'm very happy. I mean, I shouldn't say happy for COVID. During COVID, I was able to discuss thinking outside of box, right? So that's why I can sense your energy now, instead,
Mm.
compared to before. Yeah. So, you also mentioned that you're doing some filming in Mexico right now, and you have some,
Yeah,
shopping.
like, I wish we could have like 2 hours to talk about all the things I've done because I've done
Mhm.
so many things.
Right.
When I say something about this movie, Saving Isis, is 90 minutes feature film
Mm.
about a
Okay.
girl trying to save her mom.
Okay.
But then in my real life, my
Right.
mom was dying of cancer
Oh my God.
and I never got to save her. And that was in
Okay.
2012 when I finished the movie. So I
Uh-huh.
had the premiere date on December 12th, 12
Mhm.
12, 2012.
Oh my
That was the premiere of my movie.
Wow, that story give me goosebumps right now because that's what
Yeah.
I just told you. My mom passed and she passed with cancer. And again,
Mm.
we're always try to save our loved ones, right? So
I
that's how,
know, but she
yeah.
she didn't want me to worry too much, and she didn't
Hmm.
want me to move back to Spain. So she hid it for a while until it was too late. Then I couldn't
Oh
even
my
save my
God.
own mom.
Same
It
thing.
was a horrible time.
Oh my God.
Because my biggest fear was being manifested. And I thought, well, maybe the movie had something to do with the real life.
It does. It's so strange. Yeah.
It's very strange.
Like I'm, as you know, I made one too, and somehow the character I play, it kind of become my reality as
Like
well.
a multiverse. Like
Yeah,
like the movie Everything Everywhere All at
yeah.
Once.
Mm-hmm.
Do I say
love
it right? Everything Everywhere All at Once, or Everyone, Everything, whatever.
everything, everyone happens.
I love that movie because
Yes.
we have so many alternate universes happening at once right now,
Yes.
but we only see one. We're only perceiving one.
Yeah, that's
There is so
why.
much going on, so many layers, like an onion.
Yeah, because we only teach to look linear, one line.
That's right. That's
And
what
then,
they teach in the school. They program you to go linear.
yeah. And then right now, as we mentioned, technology, the James telescope can go back to the past, right? So technically, past, present, future happens all the same time.
All at once.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
it all happens at once. So let me finish about the 2012, because everybody was telling us the world was going to end in 2012, the ending of the Mayan calendar and everything. So it was the ending of my world. Once your mom dies, as well as I do, you become an orphan, and then the whole world collapses, right? And then you have to rebirth yourself again.
Yes.
And then that's when my love revolution started. It all started in protests in Madrid. It was like thousands of people protesting the government for, austerity measures and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then that day I was between the riot police and I was between the protesters. And I wanted to bring a moment of peace and love and beauty. And I thought, what's the easiest, quickest thing I can do? So I removed my clothes, and then I was kneeling down and I was praying to the goddess. And then I shifted the whole energy of the place. Those images became viral. I was on the cover of newspaper. I was on the TV. I was everywhere.
I saw that. Yeah.
So that was the beginning of my love revolution. And I was feeling an orphan. So when you see the images, you see like a woman that just lost her mom.
Right.
So that was the beginning of my love revolution, because I then knew that one person can really change the world if you really set your mind to.
Yeah.
So that really empowered me. And that's when I began my love revolution. I self-published 2 books. So, from one very traumatic moment in my life, like losing mom, and then I lost my dad too, the same day, 1 year later. I mean,
oh my God,
it's crazy.
I know.
But I found the strength, the motivation, the courage to keep going and fulfill my childhood desires to change the world.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of time, can you hear that grass cutting? Sorry. A lot of time it takes trauma or certain events to change, to see something different. It happens to me too.